Hi everyone, Dr. Colleen here. This video is going to be for thoracic mobility. So that CT junction, cervicothoracic junction, that bony point when you feel in the back of your neck, getting that moving. And so we're going to go into our first stretch. So we're going to come onto all fours. Your wrists are under your shoulders. Again, I like to spread my fingers nice and wide and engage those fingers so that all my weight isn't going in the fists. If that doesn't feel good, into the wrist. So if that doesn't feel good, you can come up onto the fists. Remember, I like to use my little thumb out front. And my knees are under my hips. You can have your feet flat or curled under. I just do whatever feels right on that day. Okay, we're going to start by first rounding the back up to the ceiling, so as if there's a string in the middle of my back and it's pulling me all the way up, and at the same time my head just falls and dangles down. Doing a slight tuck under here as well to really maximize that opening. Now I'm warm, so I can go right into this, and you can hold that for 30 seconds, and then we're going to drop that belly down to the floor. Now we're sticking the tailbone up to the ceiling. Make sure those shoulders are drawn back. Now again, I don't lock my elbows. I always like a slight bend. And again, if you have that hyperflexibility in your arm, it is important for you to always have a controlled slight bend in your arm. So, and again, I like to sneak that chin pull. It's hard to talk when you do that. And then 30 seconds, and then round back up again, letting that head fully go. Okay, and then dropping that belly, tailbone up, lift up, and chin pull. And we're going to add our breath in if you haven't already. So inhale and exhale. So for this series, you're starting out slower, getting things warmed up, and then you're going to move into a flow with your breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And so you can build off the 9 to 15, which I do for all the strength stuff, starting with one set of 9 to 15. But you can also start with what we do for stretches, which is slowing things down. So starting off the first two with those 6 to 8 breaths, 2 or a minute of holding, just to kind of wake it up. But then again, we want to get into these fluid movements, okay? The next one that we're going to do is thread the needle. So I'm going to face this way. Again, it's still kind of the same body position of all fours. So whether you're on fist or wrist, and you can lift the arm up. There's different things, or you can just start from this position. So we're going to bring, this is my right side. I'm going to bring that right side through, drop all the way down if you can. Again, I still have quite a bit of weight in this front hand until I feel safe enough to fully let that go. Okay, this arm can then open up, come on your back, or tuck around the other side. So again, in this first one, you're just holding it for that 6 to 8 breaths, kind of getting your body relaxed into the position. And then after that, or a minute, you're going to lift up and then come back to center. And then on the other side, come through, reach, drop down, other hand if you want, and then coming back through. And then when you feel nice and warm, we can move it more into a flow. So we're going to come down, reach up, back down. Again, we can even bring that arm on if we want. And then reach through and back up. And then continue from side to side. Opening, reaching, up and down and up and reach and back up and down. Okay, so that is a nice shoulder opening exercise. Okay, the next one is going to be windmill. You're going to need a little bit more floor space. I'm just going to turn my mat. So this one feels a little awkward at first, and some of you will need, I'm going to move down just a little, a pillow under your head. If you have so much restriction or tightness there and you can't let the head fall to the floor, then just prop that up. Just make sure it's in line with your spine. You don't want it to be tilted up. Okay, so from here, our arms are going to come out, one on top of the other. We're at somewhat of 90-90 down below, but I'm just a little bit less than that. And the bottom arm is going to stay, and the top arm is going to windmill, open. And again, if there's any point along this movement that feels good, like you want to hang out, whether it's a position of your back, your shoulder, your arm, or your head and neck as you're turning it. And then you're going to come back, windmill around, and then stack those shoulders again. Inhale. So my head is just rolling with this. It's really important that it rolls. So make sure the pillow's big enough, or it's a towel. And then now we're doing it more in that flow. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Should feel really good. And inhale and exhale. Okay? And then again, of course, you would flip over to do the other side. So let's just do that one real quick. Stacked. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So again, this will be one of those stretches that you do that you're going to really notice the difference from left to right and your flexibility difference on each side. Okay, inhale and exhale. So from there, I don't have a stability ball, but the handout says using a stability ball, but you can use the side of a couch, a bench, an ottoman. I'm just going to use this ottoman over here. So it's similar to a forward fold, but now we have a little bit more height because we want to be able to let that neck kind of dangle down and through. So we're going to come up. Again, if it's too much to come back onto your heels, we have a pillow or a block, something that can help support us. Hands are going to come on the ball or the bench or the chair, and we're just going to come forward, inhale, exhale, and drop down and let that head fully let it go. Inhale, exhale, up. And kind of just gently looking up to the ceiling, not as much as in the first one, because you're in a bit different angle now. And then inhale, and exhale. And again, if there's any point that you want to hang out a little bit longer, please feel free, and then see if you can move it into a flow. And last one, inhale and exhale. Okay, and then I always like to finish by just slowly rolling everything up, and a good couple shoulder rolls after that. Okay, should feel nice and open and greater range of motion of that whole CT junction area. Okay, hope you enjoyed.